record this portion. So welcome everyone. Today is conscious language, back to basics. And I've got a PowerPoint that's really fun for me to work with and show you what's going on. And for those that I can see, I've got a couple windows here that are open. So those that are here, which I've got most everybody on my screen is on video right now, which is awesome. How many of you have had some connection with conscious language before? Just show of hands if you have. Well, all right, then you all know it. I'll come back later. No, just kidding. All right. So so the way conscious language started for me, and I'm going to just give a little bit of a build on my history. In 1968, my second year in college, I did an independent, or I was given an independent study. I was in business marketing, and I had long hair. I had head hair, and it was long. I used it all up. It's gone now. There's only so much on the roll. And then anyway, so I'm in a business class, and a professor who I did not know called me down. And because I had long hair, it was kind of the beginning of, you're not cool in business if you have long hair. Now you are, but back then it wasn't. And so this guy calls me down, and I'm going, oh, what am I in for now? Because I've been called out so many times. And yet this is a professor, I'm guessing, and he has long hair. Oh, couldn't be about long hair. Okay. Anyway, long story short, what he says is, you look different than all the other people in here in business. I'm walking by, I see you. I would like to give you an independent study on anything you'd like to write on. I'll give you 4 credit hours of A. Come up to my office, tell me what you would like to write on. And then you do that, and I'll give you 4 credit hours of A. Now, do y'all get that's pretty cool right there? Out of the blue, but I still didn't have a clue what's really going on. I don't think he did either, really, ultimately. So a couple of days later, I show up at his office. He's the head of the humanities at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I didn't know that. And his name was Dr. Bryce Sender. And he says, so Mr. Stevens, what would you like to write about? And I was really into the Hopi Indians at that time. Loved them. The word Hopi meant peace. We were at war. And most of my friends were rebelling or fighting against fighting. And I was like, man, I mean, now I can tell you, well, that's not cool to do that. But back then, I just didn't like it. I wasn't as aware to say how cool I am. I just went, I don't like doing that. And so the Hopi, the word Hopi means peace. They had over 5,000 unbroken years of peace, according to their culture. So I'd read Book of the Hopi and a whole bunch of other stuff. And, you know, I love their stuff, etc. And so he said, all right, Hopi, I'm going to have you write about the Hopi language. And I'd seen some of their words, which are like, no, I would like to write maybe about Hopi prophecy, or, you know, something I can just sit down and we'll write it out. And he goes, no, I'd really like you to write about the Hopi language. And I actually have a book. There's only one book on his desk. It was a big, huge 6-foot desk. Only one book on it was turned upside down. He walks over to his desk, pulls the book off and hands it to me. And it's called Language, Thought, and Reality by Benjamin Lee Whorf. Language, Thought, and Reality. And he says, in here, you're going to find the study of this man, Whorf. That's all he really said. And he studied 4 cultures and their language. And one of those cultures was the Hopi tribe, the Hopi language. And I'm going, he won. I'll just put it that way. I'll keep it, you know, like at first it was like, that sounds like work, man. I don't. Anyway, so 4 credit hours of A, I'm in. So anyway, I went home and I started studying this book and other books that it guided me to. And I was like, there's no way. And I'll read a little quote from Whorf when I get into it. But basically, Whorf was saying the Hopi language does not contain any reference at all to space or time. And I'm like, quantum physics wasn't out, quantum mechanics wasn't out back then. You know, this is the 1800s is what I usually say, but 1968, so you get a sense of it. So anyway, it took me a year and a half to write my thesis. And instead of giving me an A, because all I would do is I wrote no opinion whatsoever. I just did quotes of what was rocking my world out of the books that I was reading, quotes. And he's going, you have to write more than that. I'm saying, you don't understand. I mean, I haven't even wrapped myself around this. It's changing me so much to realize there's a culture that can't get out of now. To have to use the word now to get back to now. I'm going, what are you talking about? The rock for the Hopi, the rock is over there is impossible in their construct or the architecture of their language. I couldn't even say it back then that way. I can now. So Anyway, he gave me a C minus, lowest grade he's ever given anyone. And my thesis is actually the book I'm going to share some about tonight, which only took a couple decades to come out with. So it was a little bit longer than I expected. And I give myself a much better grade than a C minus, I'll put it that way. So the thing about conscious language, it's not about Hopi. The thing about language is language does shape our reality. It shapes our thought, which shapes our reality. And it's like, wow, that's really an important piece of the puzzle. So language shapes thought, which shapes our reality. So tonight, what I'm going to do is take you through and again, how many have had some interaction with conscious language? And how many have found yourself checking to say it right? And not wrong. I mean, not wrong that you say it right. What I'm here to let you know is, nah, that ain't going to work. That does not fly. Clear? Right, wrong is not what conscious language is about. Conscious denotes love. So if I go, I want, oh, that's wrong. I choose, that's right. Even though I shifted the word that might work, I entered right and wrong from that moment. Y'all get, wait. So, and I love scripture, not as religion at all. I like it. I like scripture as it relates to exactly as it relates to, or is basically quantum physics. Like scripture says, before you have asked, God says, I have answered. In quantum physics, the moment I'm aware of something, to have something, do something, whatever, what I'm aware of, even though I don't have it, it's in my field, F-I-E-L-D, or what I also say is my F-E-E-L-E-D, field, like felt. So it's an interesting word that, phonetically it's inaccurate to go field, F-E-E-L-E-D, but you'll get a sense, scripture, universe, and to me, it's like, Bob, what? Before you have asked, I have answered. Whoa. And then quantum physics, the moment I'm aware of something, even a person, they're in my field. What conscious language is about is speaking only what we choose. You come into manifestation moment to moment to moment. Now, scripture again, decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. Wow. Decree a thing. And I said it for years. I mean, for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And then one day I went, decree a thing. Oh, decree something so specific that it's actually a thing. How many of you have been throwing words towards something with a little vagueness or vagueness? I mean, I know we're like dancing right now. Oh yeah, okay. So what my outcome is to introduce you to this at a deeper level and then to invite you to come get really good at it. Clear? So here's the one thing about conscious language, basically any truth. I cannot teach it to you. Anything that's true is already in us. How many like that? How many like the idea that anything is, I can create an environment where we remember. So instead of learning, like earning a wage, how many get, well, I earned, well, there's maybe another way. Maybe I increase my value. Maybe I receive with grace and ease. So learning is like earning. Would you rather, all of you, would you rather learn or earn? Or would you rather remember? So while we're here, I recommend, even though you go through and get words, you might deepen those, even those that are advanced in it. We have many people here teach it, share it. I've done it longer than anyone I know in physical embodiment that I personally know. And I'm good at it, but I'm still a neophyte at it. I still find something every day, every nuance, some phrase, something which changes the idea of what I choose, maybe being a little separate to, I already have it. So when we all say, and I recommend if you can say this and not be too weird where you're sitting, so people are going, so you can be secure. If you have to, say it on the inner, but feel it. So I recommend you say, I remember my wealth. And I can tell who can actually talk and who are going, I'm not going to right now because there are people over there. Anyway, say it again. I remember my wealth. I remember my health. And you get remember, reconnect, remember. So as I share this with you, and I create environments where people wake up their union with conscious language or anything that's true. Conscious language is already operating in our lives or we wouldn't be here. It's not the language of right and wrong. It's the language of here and now. Same like Hopi. Only it's not the Hopi construct or architecture of language. It's language shapes thought, which shapes reality. Worf's translation. Worf was an engineer, not a linguist. So when he studied language, he studied it as an engineer, at what it would produce. How many like the idea of shifting from want to having? Yes. Now I read a whole bunch. I'm sharing all that with you. Body language is in there, all that stuff. So tonight, what I'll be doing is I'm going to go through the first section is going to be conscious language back to the basics. I'm reading because I wrote some notes. And then Adam will just share a quick invite of what we've got coming up, which is really important to help you get deep experience in it. The second section, I just added this today, for those who choose to stay. And by the way, Heather Clark was just going scratch, 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 which is mean I'm restoring my blessings. So the minute I remember my wealth, I remember, and all of a sudden scratch, scratch. So your body language, Heather Clark, is over going, I remember my blessings. It's burdens, blessings, like should and shoulder. SHOULDER. This is our shoulder. So we carry shoulds here. So we want scratch, scratch, scratch. Your body was signaling it's time to restore my blessings. Just thought I'd share that with you. That's why I'm liking this Zoom, because you don't have frequently have a circle. And if I'm looking this way, some of you go scratch now. And when we're all on the video, I vote victory. I'm seeing perfection. So no, I'm not going, I'm going, oh. Anyway, I just know that. So how many of you now that you know that I could read you, stop moving? Come on, honestly, how many went? I want one. And Brian was, how many, like, just don't move. And I can see now people may turn the video off, like, and then turn it back on. And all right. So conscious language is not learnable. It may seem like it is, like, oh, and I'll take you through this. Want means lack. Okay. And want means to desire without having. Let's go scripture, not religion. The Lord, the law, or the I am that I am, same translation, is my shepherd, I shall not want. Wow. Wow. How many get that? That if I have I am that I am in me, how could I want? And how many want to upgrade that for yourself? Now, notice I said, how many want to upgrade that for myself? How many went, oh man, because just to show you, if we were conceived in want, it's the way we've been operating. It's not a right, wrong thing. So to move from wanting something to having it, we actually have to change our consciousness. That's what this is all about, is to feel every word and find words that feel good to you, that produce the result you choose. So how many want to produce the result you choose? Raise your hand if you do. Now, how many, we did better because some went, he said want again. Well, I'm not quite sure. How many heard it? Raise your hand if you heard me say want. That's so good. I saw people go, no, I think I'll just scratch my nose on. Anyway, it was awesome. So not right or wrong. Everyone just go, oops, I recommit. Oops, I remember. Oops, I remember. So we're going to play it like a game. That's my deal. So conscious language is all about the language of our heart coming online. The language of here and now coming online. So that's the first half of what we're going to do tonight. And those that choose to stay, I'm going to share our new book, My Word Made Flesh. And I'm going to go visually show you the book. I mean, I'm going to go fast enough. So maybe you could, I'm going to show you a little about it. So it's really all about language applied to our life in our health, our wealth, our world, etc., with exacting specificity, also bringing in body language to translate or find what's acting and then be able to shift the pattern. And then we have a full, one of my great loves is essential oils. I worked with essential oils back from 68. 1968 is when I started working at the A.M. Todd Company, largest handler of peppermint and spearmint in the world at that time in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I started my interest and love of essential oils, and my favorite company is Young Living Essential Oils. So I worked with Marcella von Harding in all of Young Living's single oils, blends, and supplements to figure out how do we know when to use these, not when do you have a problem. Because again, essential oil, a remedy, a nutrition isn't like antifungal, antiviral, and oils, life is not anti anything. It's for. So I'm going to show you I believe once you see this, profound, and that's coming out soon. We finally got our final title, which is the original title, which I think was very funny. And it's coming soon. So just know if you choose to stay at that, we'll pause. Adam will share a bit. And then those that choose to stay on, I will take you back through. This portion is recorded. That second portion will not be recorded because the book has not come out yet. So that's why we're doing it. So, all right. So I am now going to bring up a PowerPoint. So it'll take me a second. And we'll rearrange the way we see each other. And the number of people I can see is a bit smaller, so just know that. I'm going to have to really rearrange this, I guess. Hold on. Oh, stop. I'm clicking and it's going, okay. So I'm going to have to make you guys smaller. All right. Can you all, those that I can see, it's a much smaller group. Well, maybe I'll do it this way. Come on. Okay. Can you all see this picture? I'm going to go back into the beginning. There we go. Can you all see that? Everybody good? Yes, thank you. So Conscious Language, the Logos of Now, is the book I wrote in 2008, I believe is when it came out. So this is a walkthrough of how to embody or remember embodying conscious language. Remember, conscious language is already operating or we wouldn't be here. Conscious language and success in the build of our body and the way life works is already here. So imagine, each of you, if you will, right now, really imagine your inner speech, including your inner thoughts, out pictures and becomes your outer existence, your outer reality. Imagine that happens. It already does. As we think in our heart, so are we. So those that I can see again, which is 10 people. So imagine, how many of you have ever said, oh, I hope that doesn't happen, and it did? How many saw, I hope they don't notice they have 2 different color socks on, and they do? How many, I hope it doesn't rain? See, I hope it doesn't. The subconscious brings about whatever we decree without the yes, no, right, wrong, good, bad of it. So what conscious language is all about is being obedient, conscious, clear, and discern exactly what we're putting our attention on. What if your subconscious mind is literal? It is. And I'm going to share with you how I found that out. I did a class on body electronics in near Ann Arbor, Michigan. One of my students had wondered if he could heal broken bones like I had talked about and like my mentor, Dr. John Ray, had talked about. And so he came and he showed up at the class with a broken leg. He had wondered about it, and then he broke his leg. And so, think about that. What do you put your attention upon? How many like wondering about being and enjoying being a multi-gazillionaire, or being thriving in every way, or being our happy, healthy planet just miraculously, or that kind of, yep, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, shows up with a cast. Somehow his cast fell off. That's all I'm going to say, just fell off. There was a little sound of, and then his cast fell off. And then we did acupressure further from the head. I mean, I got all these tables going, so I'm directing people how to do it. And he's working on the pain further from the head, not even on the break, just where the pain is. And pretty soon we have him relive the memory. And he's, I'm going to say cancel clear ahead of time. He's reliving the memory. And his memory is cancel clear. He's going, as he's walking away from his, in Windsor, Canada, over the river from Detroit, he's walking away with massive pain because his wife is leaving him. He's had a picnic with his kids and his wife. And he's going, cancel, cancel, clear, clear. I just don't understand cancel. I just don't understand cancel. I just don't understand cancel. I'm saying cancel so I don't bring it on for anybody. And then he says, why my wife is leaving me. And as he steps off the curb, he's going through the memory, reliving it, not reviewing it, reliving it, because reliving it with love is what regenerates the body. By the way, his leg was fine when he left. But he steps off the curb and he breaks his left leg, and I woke up. Just if you've seen the movie, The Matrix, exactly like that. I went, And I realized, oh, I don't, cancel clear, stand under. Oh, and so I immediately, I mean, I was just like, oh, and everything I started to hear was the code that I hadn't been aware of before. Our word made flesh. Decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. By your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. A man or woman who offendeth not in word, the same as a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. And he said, with repetition and feeling, again, cancel clear, I don't understand. With feeling, and his subconscious hurt him and made it so he could not stand under himself. And at that point, it was as if though, if you saw the movie The Matrix, as if I became what the movie is about on Neo. I woke up and started to hear what was going on, as the subconscious is 100% literal. All right, what if every word we speak is our prayer coming into manifestation now and now and now? It is. So our word, spoken thought, is spirit, which is our breath, shaped into matter. Our spoken word is our creative power expressed. So again, we can change, all of us here, 305 people registered for this, which may be more now. I may even find out what that is. Yeah, we have 313 people registered for this. So if you can imagine, let's say 2 or more gathered in my name and I am there among them, let's say 313, let's say 144,000, whatever number, and that, I love that number, by the way, because of its relationship from scripture, not religion. So if you all get, wow, we can shift this pattern quickly by what we put our attention on, what we decree, what we focus on. And that means personally and then collectively. So what I call it, this is the consciousness matrix premise. And when I share, I get that people would love to know where I'm coming from. So I'm going to share with you that, if you are sharing something this deep, I'd like to know your background and where you're coming from. That's why I'm sharing this. So here's what I believe is true. Number one, these are the facts. We are exactly what we are conscious of being. I'm going to say it again. We are exactly what in other words, if I can't afford something, that's because my outer world is out picturing my inner core belief. My outer world is simply a mirror of what I believe to be true, not what I know I believe to be true. It's what I feel is true genetically and experientially. So whatever's going on, even if I hate it, I'm agreeing with it. So changing our consciousness is the first step of changing what we are conscious of being. I'll say it again. Changing our consciousness. And how many can do that? How many can change your consciousness? That's the point. That's what makes us different than many, many other aspects of life on our planet. So, and I'll share an example. All of you, if you have a chance, if you would say this, say it feels. Now say I feel. Now say the money. Now say my money. Now say the planet. Our planet. How many can feel the difference in the 10 people I can see right now? Thank you all. All right, so again, the matrix. Language is a powerful mode of changing our consciousness. And again, Einstein, definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a new and different result. So if I want and I can't, and need, and should, and I feel like, and I wish I could, and I never do, and all that, and then I hope for something new. If I don't change something, I'm going to keep out picturing what I believe or be alive in to be true. So therefore, being sane and responsible, expecting a new and different result in our lives requires a change in some action, belief, state, word, deed, or feeling. I'm saying let's change them all. Yep. So this is the message. I keep giving you some of these. The message. Changing language changes our awareness. It reshapes it. It changes our reality and all of our word patterns. That's why I can be with anybody. All our coaches can be with anybody. And usually in 3 words or less, we know where they are and what they're creating. So all of our word patterns reveal our underlying code of consciousness, the architecture of what we are creating, which is upgradable. How many love you can upgrade anything? All things are possible with God, whatever name you give it. All right, let's go on. And this is Benjamin Lee Whorf. Remember, in 1968, something like that. And I'm studying this guy that writes so simply. Well, maybe, we'll see. So this is, again, Benjamin Lee Whorf from The Language, Thought, and Reality by Whorf. After long, and this is, again, my job is to write a thesis on this, and I'm going, you're kidding me. After long and careful study and analysis, the Hopi language is seen to contain no words, grammatical forms, constructions, or expressions that refer directly to what we call time, or to past, present, or future, or to enduring, or lasting, or to motion as kinematics, rather than a dynamic, i.e., as a continuous translation in space and time, rather than an exhibition of dynamic effort in a certain process. Can you imagine me at 19 going, what? Anyway, or that even refer to space in such a way as to exclude that element of extension or existence that we call time. And so by implication, leave a residue that could be referred to as time. Hence, the Hopi language contains no reference to time, either explicit or implicit. Benjamin Lee Whorf. Now, I've been with this quite a bit, so I get it. And for me, it's like, wait a minute. All stress is based on worrying about future or harboring internal dialogue about the past. When we get fully and completely present, we are in the presence of grace. We're in the presence of creation. God only exists right here, right now. Creation only exists right here, right now. Everything else is just repeated patterns, repeating a habit because it's in there. So this is all about conscious language. Conscious denotes love, not right and wrong, love, and waking up to now. So new attitudes for creativity. This is what it's going to take to remember and master. Number 1, I have a choice. How many love the idea, even when you don't, to have a choice? How many like to walk up to the illusion saying, no, you said A or B, I'm going to choose C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, or Q, R, S, T, or something. How many love, you can either pick this or this. No, I'll be having something else. Well, we don't have anything else. Well, I'll find something. So new attitude is I am a co-creator. Everyone own that. Remember, decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. I can do things differently. This sounds simple. It's huge. Everyone, we can all do everything differently. I can self-correct. Again, really important. Really, really, really. These are all huge shifts for me when I made them and as I make them. And I can choose to choose. And I can speak consciously. So the message, we can upgrade every aspect of our life with our upgraded consciousness. Language, spoken, thought, felt, read, shapes our existence, our reality, language, thought, and reality. Our language focuses and directs energy, defines and gives boundaries, and, like what I found in this young man, is literally accepted by our subconscious mind. By our words, we shall be justified, and by our words, we shall be condemned. Again, what we say, we get. If I say I can't, my subconscious says, okay. If I say I can, my subconscious says, okay. If I say I don't know, my subconscious says, okay. If I say I choose to know, my subconscious says, okay, and begins to bring understanding. So language is the medium of our thought. Thought is the medium of our reality. Changing our language changes our thought, like it feels, I feel, way big, which changes our existence, our reality. As we think in our hearts, so are we, scripture. not right or wrong stuff, not religious stuff. As we think in our heart, what does that mean? As we think with feeling. So language is not just words, it's thought, word, and feeling. Body language, including tone, are 90% of our communication. Words themselves are 10% of our communication. So the subconscious mind is power without direction. All power, really. I mean, it's just amazing. It's the way I see it is the subconscious mind is our feeling world, and our spirit connects to us and communicates to our feeling world. You keep pushing the wrong level. All right, next one. The subconscious mind, power without direction, receives direction from the conscious mind. Anyone's. If your parents or anyone told you, you don't look good today, that's not a good thing to say to somebody. Or you're not very smart, or you can't do this, or no. Be very aware of what you're listening to. Used to have 8 record stores and a record distributorship. When I started to really get this, I started realizing there's a lot of songs we better not listen to. You know, you might just be a redneck if you've heard Jeff Foxworthy's stuff. Many of our grads did this whole skit one day. You might just be a mastery grad. That's the name of our company, Mastery Systems. You might just be a mastery grad if you listen to instrumental music. I mean, it's pretty wild. So the subconscious mind plays back what it receives like a computer, I can't, I want, I need. Remember, those patterns are in us and we created them. We're the parent. And so if you start, I'm choosing to be successful, all of your old patterns are going to come and knock on your door. Subconscious is literal. That's important to know. If I say, I choose something new, my subconscious won't do anything because there's not enough information, something new. Inner formation, information. The subconscious is literal and it's specific. The universe is specific. It follows law. The subconscious responds to repetition. If I say I can't 5 times and I can 50 times with feeling, I can 50 times with feeling is going to override the I can't. Their subconscious, this is maybe huge. This is what my whole system is about. Responds to feeling. When I can feel the meaning in each word deeply enough is when I have instantaneous manifestation. And the subconscious mind attracts experiences to us according to our beliefs or feeling. So how many of you have had like, oh, I'm moving forward and had some self-sabotage of some old pattern knock on your door? Well, you can find that in your language, inner, spoken, and felt. The conscious mind has the power of choice, has free will to direct or be directed. That's what's going on the planet today. They're all sheep. We're going to direct them. How many are starting to go, no, wait. We're in the middle of a huge global wake up right now. So I believe conscious language is a version of the operating system of our heart we all require. That's why I'm asking everyone, master it and share it. Master it and share it. The conscious mind can choose, I don't know. I don't want to know. It doesn't bother me, whatever. How many have ever chosen not to know? It's important you get that. And again, I'd love to see all the hands. I'll see them in a minute. I'm going to go ask every question I asked with everybody on screen. Just kidding. All right. So the subconscious can choose unconsciousness or express from the subconscious mind at will. I choose to know. I'll find out. God in me knows. Or you Google it. How many know you can find out by just Googling it? I mean, that's something we didn't have way back. All right, the superconscious, that's our creator. So conscious mind, the super creator moves to us through this feeling world back to the conscious mind. So the superconscious, I'm going to call it God, whatever name you give it, operates by all the feelings in our heart. Like we get 100% of what we feel to be true because it's out picturing. As we think in our heart, so are we. And our great self gives us 100% of what we believe to be true. The word believe means be alive in, what we're living in by agreement. There's 11 domains of self-sabotage, which can help everybody wake up quickly. One, domain of limitation, no choice. I'll go over them in a minute. The domain of non-choice, ineffective choice, absolutes and grandiosities, conditional choices, this, that, these, them, they, those, it, the, and even like this money, that friend, these, my. And then cancellation, you did good, however. Process without outcome, I'm working on it, I'm getting ready for it. And codependence, am I okay? How'd I do? Am I okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? Is that okay? Am I good? How many have ever, is it okay to I ask you this question, that how many have ever maybe been a little codependent? Yes? Okay. Is that okay that I mentioned? Just kidding. And then impersonal disconnection and outcome almost. How many have mastered outcome almost? I have in the past, where it almost, and then it goes away. Examples. There. Oh, by the way, there's 2 domains of self-success: creativity and outcome. I don't know where you went. Creativity and outcome, and the language of mastery. I'll go to those in a minute. So example of the domain of limitation and no choice. If I say I want, my subconscious goes, the word want means lack. So I don't know why it's doing that. Let's go next one. It upgrades, like I want, as an example, upgrades into the domain of opulent choice, not improve, opulent choice. I choose, I claim. I give myself permission to have. The domain of non-choice. I choose to not be sad. So not being is death. So that means, in essence, I would die sad, not fun. So the domain of non-choice upgrades into, I choose, no, it's doing that, upgrades into the domain of true choice. I choose to be happy. Like that. I choose to be happy. I be having happy now. Thank you. All right, the domain of ineffective choice. Try to understand. Like right now, if everyone tried to stand up, you would realize you either stood up or not, or you tried, but your subconscious, the universe, doesn't know how to try at all. Upgrades into the domain of effective choice. I choose to understand. The domain of absolutes and grandiosities. I'm here to totally improve everything. How many know that's like totally is what? And everything. Can you imagine a partner goes and takes a class on relationship or wedding or marriages? Honey, we're going to totally change everything about a relationship. There's no way to define words like that. They're absolutes. It upgrades into the domain of specificity. We're going to improve what into what specifically. It could simply be, honey, the female, the wife, honey, please put the toilet seat down after you're done. It could be that simple. That'll keep marriages together. The domain of conditional choices. I choose to be good so that I will be loved. So the only way I'm going to get loved with that construct or architecture is I have to be good to get loved. These are deep, kids. When you find these, they're very, very deep. There's many more, but that's the example. This upgrades into the domain of clear choice. I choose to be good and be loved. Like that. And I love this and that and this and that, not either or, so that. Cool. The domain of this, that, these, them, they, those, it, the, and I'm going to add the sun, that friend, these gifts, this help, the money, the planet, a partner. How many have ever had a partner? Remember, there's only 10 of you showing, so you get to vote. How many? Now say a partner, my partner. If you had a partner, it wasn't yours. Oh, that's how that works, huh? Upgrades into the domain of ownership. My son, your friend, our gifts, your help, my money, my money. Say it, my money. Our planet, yes, my partner. The domain of cancellations. Isn't this a beautiful day? What I'm saying is not this a beautiful day? What? It's a contraction. It's a hidden. Is not this a beautiful? Would not you like to go? Do not you understand? Yes, no. It's babble, straight up confused language. It upgrades into the domain of confirmation. This is a beautiful day. The domain of process without outcome upgrades into the domain of fulfilled outcomes. I'll show you. I'm here to change my life into what? I'm here to do things differently. How specifically? I'm here to adjust my income up or down. I'm going to get that up or down. That might be good. And then how much? Working on it. How many of you have been working on things a long time and never even imagined the outcome or fulfillment to attain what outcome?
Hey, Willow, what do you want? Orange chicken?
Yes.
Rice.
Somebody just said something. What?
I muted them. They were asking if you chose some orange chicken.
Yes, please. Yeah, we have a number of us here, so big orders would be great. You can fax it on over. We'll print it out with our, all right. I'm dealing with it. How many of you have been dealing? I'm dealing with so much, man. I have so much coming up and I'm dealing with it. That already is an overload to our nervous system. So I'm dealing with it to attain what outcome specifically? To see the movement or end from the beginning is what this is all about. That was funny. I was like, I don't know. I just know what that was. Oh, come on back. Domain of codependence. Again, I asked Adam, who just came on, and thank you, Adam, for that. During classes for years to, I demonstrate showing a codependent look of, anyway. And so I'd ask Adam, show him, and he'd go, no, man, no, I just can't. And then eventually he did it once, I believe. But anyway, so I'm happy if you're happy. Upgrades into the domain of co-empowerment. I'm happy and get over it. No. All right. I'm happy and I empower you to be happy. A domain of impersonal disconnection. This took a while, even language. Upgrades into the domain of personal connection. So I choose love. That sounds so good, but it's empty. It's not enough information. The angels of the air are bound and unable to do our bidding, or it says freed or loose to do our bidding by our words alone. So if I say, I choose love, do you get the universe is going, what kind? How, with whom? I choose support, like a back brace, a brassiere. What? In what way? I choose happiness. With whom? You get the angels are waiting. The universe is waiting. The domain of outcome, almost. Even the word almost. All is everyone and most is not quite everyone. All, I'm going to get that, is everyone. And most is not quite everyone. That's a funny word. The domain of outcome, almost, upgrades into the domain of outcomes fulfilled. I choose to have love with my Father. About what? In what way, shape, or form? Experiencing what? Seeing what? Smelling what? Hearing what? Enjoying what? I choose support from my employer. That's a back brace on your chair when you come in at work. How? In what way? Experiencing what? I choose happiness with my spouse. About what specifically? The universe is waiting. I choose to increase my income 10% over your lifetime. Daily. How many go daily? Daily, please. I'll be having daily. Come on. 10% increase every day. Let's talk. You'd own the planet in a couple of years. That's just the way it works. Over what period of time? Thank you very much. All right. So the domain of creativity and outcome. These are more of the conscious stuff. I have love. I am loved. I come from having whatever it is. I come from having my joy. I empower myself to have. I claim whatever it is. I imagine having. I give, and this is big, I give myself permission to have. The word permission means as per my mission in life. As per my mission in life. Big deal. The language of mastery. I can. I am. I will. And I will it so, not I will do it in the future. I can, I am, I will, I choose. I have. I love. I create. I enjoy. These follow along with the energy centers or chakras in the body. It's fascinating to me. And the 8th is up here, supposedly. So I can, I am. I can is permission. I am is identity, is who we are. I will is using my will. I choose is now that I have my will, I ooze my chi in a particular direction. I chi ooze, I ooze my chi. That's my story. And then once I choose, I have it. I have what I choose. And then once I have it, I love what I choose, and then realize, oh, I create. And then the highest state is I enjoy, which is the only way we can glorify our creator. I am is our healthy state. Anything less than I am, or I can, I enjoy, I choose, are deviations from or diminishments of our I am. The result is deviation from our healthy life. Symptoms, signals in the body, etc., and what we have our book all about now. It's so amazing. Symptoms are getting our attention to return to love and our I am self. So if I have pain in my body, it's getting me to change something, to return, to shift something. That's what it's about. The key is to conscious manifestation. Speak and think in first person personal. You know, that you matter, you count, you're the one. Be conscious and creative. Speak your outcome. Think about conscious language as first person personal, conscious creative, outcome producing. So when you speak, make sure that the words that you're shaping define what you choose, not just toward it, own it. Be aligned in feeling, thought, and word. In other words, when we can feel the meaning in each word we speak, and when we can feel the meaning in each word deeply enough, we have instantaneous manifestation. And with specificity. If you go to a restaurant saying, I like a great meal, they'll be going, look at this menu. And if you go, I'd like a really great meal, unless you're at Cafe Gratitude in California, they might have one like that. They'll be going, pick one. And if they go, I'd really like a great, awesome meal, they most likely at that point are going to ask you to leave the table and the restaurant because you're weird. The universe is the same way. Pure speech is already installed in our heart drive. Now, how many of you have ever purchased a computer, had stuff on it or phone or whatever, and then you went and bought some software or an app to put it on your thing, and your IT person, somebody knows more, going, why did you buy this? Well, I need it. It's already on your computer. You just have to activate it. Do you get that what I'm sharing is already in you, awaiting activation? You'll have to give yourself permission to thrive, though. How many like the idea that you'll have to give yourself, as per your mission, permission to thrive? Well, a couple. I only see 10. We'll see what it is. So pure speech is already installed on your heart drive. Simply access your heartware, which is conscious language. I am. I equals God. I am. I. Every time you say I can, the I part is the God part. M is action. So I am is God in action. Whatever name you give that thing called God. I am is God in action. So message, speak only what you choose to have come into manifestation now and continuously. Practice that. Get together with a group. Study this stuff. We have a training called All For You. Jump in, do it. We have a training coming up. Adam will share that. And it's a deeper dive into how to work language, how to get it to work, how to move from the right, wrong, all that kind of stuff. I believe it can benefit everyone, and there's more, but this is the way to get your toe in the water, so to speak. Every word is a prayer coming into reality on some level. The more specific we are, I love this. The more specific we are, the more instantaneous the manifestation. Awaken to conscious language and thrive. And that's what I have to share about that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And let's go back to all you all. Oh, I can see you all. So nice for us. So hi, everyone. So we can open up the comments. How was it? What'd you get out of it? Mic yourself and then wave so I can find you. And questions are great too.
For me, man, this is, oh,
Wait,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
I'm just loving that we did this. I've done this version with you maybe 300-400 times over the last 7-8 years. And What a great reminder of how powerful we are and how powerful our words are, how powerful our thoughts are, and how powerful our feelings are. So thank you. I'm very grateful that we did this and put this together. And y'all, this is gold. I'm just excited to just hear all this again, even though we're in it every day and talking about it. It's good to go over what you just went over and understand what we really have with the power of our voice. So thank you. I'm glad we did this.
Me too, just so you know. I'm sharing out loud. Inside, I'm going, oh, upgrade. Anyway, who else? Who else just came on a second ago? Go ahead, Brian. Yep.
Yeah, I've done a couple of Alpha U's, 3 of them. I've done Meta BE. I'm doing a conscious language book study. We're reading your book and doing a weekly comment thing on it. And I hear every time I get in one of these Zooms, especially with you, I hear something new every time. And the specificity thing really spoke to me today, and being very specific about what you choose to have your outcome be.
What I choose to have my outcome be?
What I choose to have my outcome. You get me every time.
Say that again. You get me every time. Say it again.
You get me every time.
But I play it like a game, not like a right wrong. That's all. So
I know. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Everyone, just feel like the specificity. If you can say specificity 10 times, you can have anything. Everyone go. Specificity.
Specificity 10 times.
So Adam just gave away the joke.
Specificity.
You twink. So, but most people are going, is that a real word? Did you make that word up? Can you imagine after like 8th one, specificity, anyway, like a box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer is one of those that if you say that 3 times, you're a saint or something, if you can. Any other comments, questions, thoughts? Jump in, like yourself and wave. Go ahead, Heather.
So affirmations are all over my house and on sticky notes everywhere. So, you know, the I am statements and all that everywhere. And I'm just looking at them constantly, but something inside of me isn't believing that they're true, I think, because no matter how much I vision board and write them down, there's something about saying them and actually believing them. So is there a piece around?
Yep, our whole class, everything we do is about that. So the thing coming up, which Adam will tell you about, we have an event, short one. All for you is where to go, and that's really what I mean, because it's deep dive. You'll get it. And just to answer your question, when we can feel the meaning in each word deeply enough, when you can feel the meaning. So and way back, Scripture says it this way: when you pray, ask. Believing you receive and you receive. I thought believing, similar to what I think you're saying, was a mental attitude. No, it means be alive in. So when you pray, ask, call, demand, decree, affirm, but I like decree much better than affirm. Decree is a law, and affirm, I use them, but I like to upgrade them to decree in my view. So if everyone can realize that you say the word and then you say it till you feel it. I used to say that a lot. I still say it. Now what I found, Heather, is that I can feel the meaning. My me self is my subconscious. And when my subconscious knows I mean what I say, and when I feel my meaning in each word, and that's where, when I work with people, that's the book I'm going to show everybody, those that stay on. Literally, I have found words that restore, boom. I mean, every decree that's in this step, which is a lot, is literally they worked. And somebody, like for me, when I 20-some years old, I read a decree book, I Am Adorations. And it's one of them was, and this is not religion, this is my anointed self. I read one that said, I ignite the Christ within all I contact. And I relaxed for the first time in my life. And I'm talking about the anointed self, not religious stuff. Got it? I mean, Christ came to me when I was 7, didn't say a word, but said everything. And so it's like, oh, it's my job. It's my job. When I read, I ignite the Christ within all I contact, I realized like a tuning fork, all I have to be is ignited, and I ignite it everywhere I go. It stopped my efforting. So you said affirmations are all around my house. How about I am, you go walk by an affirmation, instead of giving it potentially vain repetition, what you do is you own those words as fact. Then in our system, we would imagine, let's say I am abundantly supplied, and I would make it more specific. Maybe I always have 1,000 times more than I need every day. Now, once I say that, instead of hoping it's true, I would imagine from be alive in that being my fact. Now that I always have way more than I always need every day. And then I imagine from it. So conscious language breeds conscious choice. Conscious choice breeds imagination activation. Imagination activation breeds outcome facilitation and outcome mapping. So everything that we're sharing is a series of steps. So one is feel the meaning in each word deeply enough, say it till you get it, mean it, and then go through every word. And if the word needs tweaking, you tweak it until it actually happens in you. And don't look at the outer world. The outer world is simply out picturing what we be alive in or believe to be true in us. Does that help?
Yes.
Good. So do you give yourselves, all right, I recommit. Say, I recommit.
I recommit.
I mean what I say.
I mean what I say.
Yo, universe.
Yo, universe.
I'm here.
I'm here.
There's what you said. Now that was a test. I'm here. Hell no, I won't go. Hell no, I won't go. Not wrong, but you went. So now, yeah, that means I haven't seen it yet. That means I have visual cortex. I haven't seen it yet. So now that's why I tested you. Got it? Yo, I'm not here. I'm not here. Not wrong. It's that you've got to go in and dig in and mean it. So is it time to mean it?
Yes.
Good. What do you have to give up?
Nothing.
Cool. I like that. How many love that? Yes, you will. You have to give up doubt.
Oh, yeah.
How many go, oh, well, we're going to have a little funeral for doubt. Oh, have to play taps. Oh, but it means you have to not give it up. You're going to take the size of doubt, if it's doubt, and touch it with love. Yo, doubt, I love you. I touch, I love, I breathe, I stay, I feel. This is all for you stuff, this training. And then the size of your doubt will turn into the size of your trust, faith, security, assuredness, confidence. So again, our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength, that idea, which is what this whole thing is based on. So do you get a sense it's time? So can you feel something in your body moving right now?
Oh, yes.
What's moving? Where is it?
Right in my chest.
Got it. So now say, I love what I say.
I love what I say.
So when you, and love makes us magnetic. So when you love fully what you're saying, your love activates and materializes and magnetizes what you're saying. Cool. Now, and because of the no, say, I say yes to me.
I say yes to me.
Say it again.
I say yes to me.
Say it again.
I say yes to me.
And the first time out, did you touch a feeling and then did you run?
Yes.
So now say, I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
Say it again.
I touch and I stay.
Cool. Now notice all of it. I'm reading a code, body language, etc. And all of you get this, find out. You can sit in front of a mirror going, I'm completely committed, and that means now say, I reclaim my will.
I reclaim my will.
Now your head went a little no on that. So now say, not wrong. Now say, I vote her victory, everyone. That's really important on this. Now say, I choose to reclaim my will.
I choose to reclaim my will.
Say it again.
I choose to reclaim my will.
I reclaim my divine will.
I reclaim my divine will.
Nice. And vote her victory. And I know you just asked a simple question or whatever, but everyone, the door is wide open. Let's walk all the way through. This is not just about learning a couple new words. It's about finding the language of our heart and letting our heart speak without running the editor on it. Right, wrong. No, let your heart speak. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Who else? Mic yourself, wave. And vote her victory, please.
Bob,
Yes. Somebody's got
Who is-
music on. Wait, Heather, wait, who's up? Wait, we'll come back, Heather. Go ahead. Wave so I can see who's speaking. Go ahead.
Winnie.
Go ahead. Yep, you good.
is there a formula process to upgrading your language so that you can be more specific? And when you know you're specific, in instance, I say, I choose love. I do that a lot. Is that, but you're saying that's not being specific. Is there a formula to follow?
Yes,
Get
The
to
book
specifics.
Conscious Language, the Logos of Now is the formula. It's deeper because it's not fast, simple. It's remembering and it's embodying. So I would do that, and I join a study group, and I do All For You, because the All For You team, All For You and All For You A2, where our team takes you through these skills that, everyone deserves to have a way to decree, choose, claim, and have what their heart's desire is. That's what we're here for. So the formula is speak only what you choose. But again, it's so nice to get with a group of people that's going step by step by step in the upgrade path. So are you committed to your success?
Yes.
Good. That was a yes. That was confirmation. What's in the way of you getting specific?
Me.
Nope. It's resisting feeling. So the moment we get specific, feeling comes online. So say, yo, me.
Yo, me.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
And your me self is your subconscious. Me, myself, and I. Me, subconscious feeling world. My self-conscious mind aware. I is the unmanifest creator. So how about me, love me?
Me, love me.
Say it again.
Me, love me.
Now again, touch and stay. Did you run just a bit because you got emotional? And see
Yes.
the lip and your lips going like that. Everybody push your lips. Her emotional body's going, shut up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Shut up. Well, our job is to move from that to me, love me. Say it again. Me, love me.
Me, love me.
Now say me, love all of me.
Me, love all of me.
Say it again.
Me, love all of me.
And vote her victory, everyone. Just love her, vote her victory, see perfection. So did you move the needle on that? And how do you say your name? I've got M-N-I.
Mini.
Mini. I knew as you give me, thank you. I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on that one. So Mini. So Mini, do you feel shift happening in you?
Yes.
Good. Now say, I say yes to me.
I say yes to me.
Instead of me's in the way, I say yes to me.
I say yes to me.
And it's not English accurate. Me say yes to me.
Me say yes to me.
And then somehow it's like something going on with that me thing. Me love me. Me say yes to me. And a 3-year-old wouldn't say, yo, dad, give me some cookies. It'd be me hungry. Got
Me
it?
hungry.
And our subconscious is like a 3-year-old. So all of us that have intellectual words they don't work like feeling words do. Yes? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Minnie. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else? And Heather, go ahead. Heather, how about
Okay.
her music? She
Yes.
has her husband's teaching music, so we've heard lots before. Oh, is that
Yes.
a harp or a piano?
That's piano.
Of course. I knew
Of
that.
course. Yes.
Go ahead.
So I choose to share a testimony from the benefit of practicing and utilizing conscious language on a regular basis. Deep dive study. I've read the book now, just know maybe 5 times. I've led on my 3rd book study. And just like Adam shared, I mean, even just being in here again, I'm getting more ahas. And my daughter called me into a conversation recently and was beginning to share some challenges she was having with me. And I was editing and I was preparing and I was having lots of internal dialogue about what I was going to say to her in response to what she was saying to me. And as soon as she gave me an opportunity to speak, I said, I choose to let my heart speak. And my heart shut down immediately, all my internal dialogue. And what came out of my mouth was my heart's pure speech. And when I spoke to her from my heart, everything shifted. Literally in that moment, it was instantaneous miracles between us that unfolded in that moment. And it's just a couple of days ago, one of my children called me and we had a conversation. And because of how I've chosen to speak about my children, how I've chosen to speak in outcomes, how I've chosen to, and not right, wrong, just as I've woken up to my outcomes and to speaking my outcomes, I am having miracles unfold. And the people that are doing book study with me are reporting miracles. And I just really, my encouragement is to man, dive into conscious language. This next thing that Adam's going to share about, super accessible to everyone. It's worth your investment in this piece has so many rewards, and everything I've done with Mastery System has come back to me, and my investment has come back to me. Choose to know, I'm going to say 1,000-fold, Bob, because when I get my miracles with my kids, there really is no price I can put on that. So period. Thank you, Bob.
Awesome. Thank you. And thanks for the music, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Who else? Mic yourself and wave. Comment, question, statement, thought. Go ahead, Barbara.
I just wanted to say thank you for this. It's been years and years since I was in a class about it with Bernard Corrigan in Watermill, New York. And I started using it as much as I could immediately, and it changed my business outcomes. I was able to write more clearly and specifically and positively in a way that changed and steered outcomes to a positive ending. My colleagues saw it and wanted to know, where are you getting that from?
Mhm.
So I haven't dived in like, Heather yet, but it's such a wonderful thing, and I appreciate you sharing.
Awesome. And I love that story. And do you see Bernard anymore?
I get his lovely emails, but
Well, say hey for me, would you? I appreciate it if you would.
I'll let him know that because of him, I was here today.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else? Wave and comment, question, state, thought. This is profound stuff. Our hearts rock. Everybody got that? Our hearts are the deal. So cool.
Hello,
So,
Bob.
go ahead.
Hello, Bob.
Kimberly, go ahead.
I caught you on with Charnel Wolverton about a month and a half back, and then Googled you to find out who you were. And because I signed up with Charnel with Young Living years ago when she was first getting started. I am so glad that I bumped into you through her now. I think when I signed up with her, like maybe 9 years ago, had I met you and you were doing this then, I think I would have just been too blown away, like too religious, like, ooh, he's out there. But I am so grateful for your journey and to learn what you're teaching. And
Awesome.
I can't wait to just dive into all of it, however I
Awesome.
can get started. Yeah.
And most people that know me know this is not religious at all. This is pretty much quantum physics at the highest level of our being. Cool. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome. And wait till you see, oh, no, can't say wait, but what we're doing with Young Living and the body language, conscious language, the decrees, and all of it's as if we won't have to worry about compliance ever again, because we don't even focus that way. That's not even true, that something heals something. No, the only thing it heals is when we walk forward in trust. And the plant kingdom, like essential oils, are sunlight through. My mentor, when I was 20-some years old, I'm 72 now, Marian Jager, and that's in my book. She would say that essential oils are sunlight through photosynthesis into the blood of the plant. And it's pure. And so it's not anti anything, it's actually for. So we use the oil to restore faith, or any nutrient, just to restore faith. So anyway, I'm so excited about that. Awesome. Anyone else? All right. So Adam, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So we have some stuff coming up fairly quickly. We're going to do a version of this, which I imagine we'll do more examples like what we did with Heather Clark. But that's coming up on the 22nd, which is Thursday, $44 investment. And we also have several things coming up. For those that are choosing to stay on after this, and what Bob goes through briefly to give you a little bit of flavor of what his book's all about. And he's done a beautiful job of simplifying 7 steps to describe some of the stuff that we're going over today and the way our systems work. That's going to start April 25th, which is a week from tomorrow. So Sunday, the 25th. And we have so many options of different trainings and classes and ways that you can jump in. He's also, like he mentioned, he's going to start doing all for yous again on a regular basis. We have all of our ladies that are doing their AFY 2 all for you versions. And so there's so many ways and options to jump in and come play with us. So you can get me at adam@masterysystems.com, and I'll answer any questions that you have. And I'll ask you some questions as well to find out, where do you choose to go? So just get a hold of me, and we have all sorts of ways that you can come and play. And just like this is what we've been on maybe an hour, and this is just so profound for me. Like I said, when I made my first comment, it's just really powerful what Bob has designed and created over the last 50 plus years. It's really each one of our stairway to heaven, you know, whatever that means for you. There's so many easy, simple, yet profound steps and tools and systems that he's created and designed that we can have anything we choose once we understand how it works and understand the laws that our creator has set up for us. If we follow by a step-by-step basis, really, I mean, it's up to us. We can have whatever we choose and manifest anything on our planet and we are love. So just contact me and I'll support you in guiding you, you know, with what your next steps are.
And Adam has done all this stuff extensively, taught it, shared it. And our agreement, what you're in this role for Adam, he's been through it so he can listen here and then help design what's your best way forward. Some people with toes in, some people, to a little bit, some go, I'm in all the way. He can design something for you if it's a couple things or more that's to the highest benefit of you financially. So we package, when there's a package, we make sure there's savings. So,
yes.
all right. What we're going to do is I'm going to stop the recording right now. And thank you all for coming. Thank you, each one. All that are watching it through, I guess we had about 60 on, which means there's 200 and some are going to watch it through video. They will not be able to see what I'm going to do next. So we're not going to share that because it's the book. I'm going to show you the book in a form. That's not the finished version. LSP, those that know Young Living, is we're in the middle of asking them to take over the, we're way down the road on that. I'll put it that way. We're way down the road. I'm working with Mary. Mary's done the forward on it. So it's quite exciting. And Vaughn and I mean, what a learning curve for me, and not even a learning curve, just I got so enriched with all the hours and hours and hours of going through every one of the singles, blends and supplements to find, especially Gary's intent in all that stuff, and then bring it up to use it in the way we are. What does this turn into? And bring the decree. So I believe it's going to change the tapestry of humanity's health and wealth, but by not trying to get rid of something, by simply what does it turn into? And that's so profound. I'll show you that in a minute. So let's take a little 3 or 4 minute recess when I'll stop sharing, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the book on this Zoom session.